Kris, thanks for meeting me today. So firstly, could you please introduce yourself and Lust for Life?
I'm Kris Laermans. I'm the CEO of Lust for Life. Lust for Life is an European audio-visual production company providing sound, lighting, and rigging and LED screens for medium to big productions like festivals, touring, TV shows, public and corporate events, and this into the whole European market.
Now, our conversation about RFID started over 3 years ago. Back then, we weren't able to support you with this, but you decided to move on regardless. What can you tell us about this?
So, Lust for Life is one of the early adopters, I think, from Renman. We're using Renman already for 6 or 7 years. Only the warehouse management system, we are using a third party, which is now fully integrated.
What made you decide to invest in RFID in the first place?
Yeah, our strategy, long-term strategy of Lust for Life is becoming an operational excellence. Operational excellence means day by day improving our quality efficiency levels. And this we are doing by introduction and warehouse management system with RFID integration. This is a base necessity to achieve the target.
Now, you've started implementing RFID for quite a while already. What are the results so far?
We are now in the phase 3 of the test run. So we have 2 test runs behind us.
Yeah,
We had some delay because of the COVID reasons,
of
but the
course.
results are very, very promising. RFID will help us to increase the quality and the accuracy for all our logistic processes, mainly by reducing the number of logistic exceptions, increasing of efficiency and the speed of our inbound and outbound processes. Although there can be some potential pitfalls on this, but I will get back later on this. Extra, we have now full traceability inside and outside our premises of all our assets, and this really on serial number level. And of our RFID integration is just step 1 for us in a full new automatic warehouse, which is planned on 2025.
An automated warehouse even. What made you decide to invest this heavily in digitizing your warehouse flows?
As everyone knows, everyone is looking for finding good skilled people. So what we can automate in the future, we have to automate as much as possible.
Now, warehouse automation is going further than RFID alone, of course. What's the added value to RFID still?
Exactly. So introducing the RFID is helping us by increase our quality level from our logistics inside and outside our premises.
Could you please elaborate on this?
The number of logistic exceptions, like forgetting loading of assets, forgetting accounting errors. On the end of the day, is reducing the human mistakes. As long as you're working with people, you have the risk of human mistakes. All this RFID can help us to reduce this number of exceptions, and this is doing it.
When you were doing the investment, I believe you had to decide to what extent you would apply RFID in your warehouse. What was your decision here?
So the major target of the project is have the full traceability on the what we call unique items or serialized items. So we were not looking to have the traceability on the bulk items because they are, from point of view maintenance, follow-up, point of view, from a cost perspective point of view, not that interesting to have a full traceability on that. Therefore, it's also no need to have 100% coverage on these items.
Besides assisting in becoming that operational excellence, would you say RFID brought side value as well? Maybe something you didn't think of in the beginning?
It's helping also a lot from a legal point of view. Let's think about on the loading lists we have to create the carnets which you have to make on the serial number levels, like the insurance list you have to provide to the organizers on the serial number level. So this is helping also a lot to providing us this with a very limited extra effort. We can provide now this information. Also the number of looking for lost assets, and also mainly looking for having a history log, what happened with the asset on the serial number. It's helping a lot if you have a kind of repair or you have a kind of broken assets. You can find out with the history, based on the history log, what happened exactly with this asset.
Yes, that audit trail, including the exact history of a serial number, is something I've heard coming by recently as well. But you must have been facing some RFID pitfalls as well. What can you say about this?
I think the major challenge of the RFID is having reliable readings when you make a scan by a handheld or by in this way by a gate. We are using also the gates. It has to be correct for 200% all the time. If you have pseudo errors by missing readings or error readings, then the whole system becomes a question. So that's a major concern. Reading the assets, that's one thing, but also you have to take in account when you're working with RFID, you can have some crosstalks. So you have to be very prudent from perspective where you place the gates, how you scan, how you have sufficient avoiding crosstalks. That's the main thing, that you have 200% reliable readings all the times. If you don't have this, the system will be not reliable, and so then when the system is not reliable, the people cannot rely and cannot be confident on the system.
Based on your experiences, what advice would you like to give to other AV professionals out there that are considering applying RFID?
Smart, please start with realistic requirements. It's not possible to create 100% coverage. Don't look for that. Have a clear plan and a clear budget. Rendman can support you on this. Our achievements on our RFID are going further than expected, but be aware and be prepared of the potential pitfalls. That's what I can recommend to the people looking forward to have some RFID integration.
Why do you believe covering 100% of your stock with RFID isn't working out?
For the bulk items, we are working with standard cases, which we very easily can check if the cases are completely or not complete. But if you go, for example, if you're looking for the 100% coverage and you're willing to make to read also all the cables in the cable case, and you are willing to read also all the microphones in a microphone case, then the risk will be quite high that you do not have 100% reliable readings. And for us, it's more important to have the reliable readings than to have all the assets be controlled by RFID. And that can be a pitfall.
Do you believe that hardware could make the difference in achieving 100% accuracy?
Hardware can make the difference, but I think first of all you have to use the right tech for the right asset. We have used in total 4 different techs. The placement of the tech is also important. That the antenna, the tech is readable, and there is no. You have to take care all the time that there's no, let's say, metals are in between the antenna and the reading of the tech.
And how do you decide which tag is best to be used?
Learning by example, let's say. So we tried to several times to put different tags on different positions and see how was the quality of the reading of the RFID. That's important. On top of that is also if you can increase your the power of the RFID antennas, that's increasing also the quality of reading, but it's also increasing the risk of crosstalks. That is the best. You have to find out the best practice on using the right tag on the right position on the asset, combined with the strength of your RFID signal versus the potential crosstalk you can have. That's this best practice you should have. And also there are companies like Rentman can help you on this. But this is the main thing. This is for me, the most important potential pitfall you have to overcome before you really start the project.
Is there something about this project you're never going to forget? Something that makes you smile maybe on inside?
Yeah, so one thing we have learned was that so the first idea was that we are going to introduce this project in 2 months. Very, very positive. This was a very positive plan. I can tell you 20,000, the tagging of 20,000 assets, it takes a while and it takes a good project plan.